neither team taking too much of a risk. Yanya's got a nice angle, can be separated and jumped on. Goes for the beam again. Azul commits onto the low ground, takes down MT. It's going to be another falling, but Azul goes down. It's just Jaguares left, and with an R845, manages to pick up Waltzy. It's a 1v1. Jaguares still waiting on the cooldown. Did use Conduit Q once again. Makes it, but does not break the purple shield of Guild before the shield swap. Moist win the contest over an Echo HQ.
But at least they have Conduit on for his Watson, so we can keep kind of reinforcing the team. But the push comes to shove, and they're just trying to maintain on the stairway. Madness goes down, and now it's going to open the door for TSM to completely annihilate them.
I'm going to plan Waltzy in bat.
Yeah, good.
Careful of this window, Waltzy.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to look everywhere. Wait, are they rezzing? Someone just rezzed outside my door, I think.
I'm with you, Waltzy.
Yeah, do it! Kill this! No! Get inside!
Meet Moist fight. N9ne Lies do still have all three members up, but Laser goes down, and it's to Doob as DNO start to take charge.
DNO Doob able to make that clutch and grab Slayr there. Now Sweet, will he be able to turn this around? Not when N9ne Lies are putting the finishing moves onto Slayr, but it's going to be DNO making their approach from that eastern side and holding out just underneath that dark veil. But the moment that wall falls, it's going to open the doors, and all of those lines of sight will open.
Sweet's going to die. This is a second place for N9ne Lies. That is certain. Duke starts to move up. DNO want to finish the game. N9ne Lies actually go down as Sweet just takes the 1v1. But it's enough to set DNO on the path to victory. Their first game.
Or a quick Radiant transfer to potentially give them access to this fight.
Nice! Great tracking from Fuhhnq to take down a member of Moist. One left and Moist should be gone, and Nade ruins their lives. The Waltzy taking out Fuhhnq just before Moist go down. And Disguised, I think as Tiff said earlier, just have to play small right now, making sure that nobody pushes them. Sentinels not that lucky. With RKN throwing a few good bullets through the Catalyst wall, are still not going to be able to make a big difference in their fight. It's just up to Denial, and the PK pumps are going crazy, but not crazy enough, as 99 is all that he's able to do. Meat Lovers get sent on from above after wiping Sentinels. A1's is 1 HP and getting chewed through by Disguised, who finally pop up and take the third party. FURIA drop a Catalyst wall, cutting off their lines of sight. DropInGaming capitalize on that, moving up right next to Disguised, and it's a FURIA versus GKS fight. Disguised versus DropInGaming on the other side.
GKS launched upon with some ordinances down. A big crack found on Chaotic much there as Gion on the other side obliterates and finishes Watson in Disguised out from above, looking to take advantage of damage down.
Timmy drops back down, hitting a heal before the third party comes in. Designful gonna get finished from up on top. FURIA go down. It's just Disguised and DropInGaming. DropInGaming have all three members on the low ground. Enemy would need to pull off the 1v3 of his life, and up here, he is on a pyre for DropInGaming to roast alive. DropInGaming take the second game of the day.
You know, this will be really interesting for Legacy, and they get the res.
A nicely placed Arc Star as well. Guild does get sent immediately afterwards, as nobody could possibly hold the angle with him. Goes down. Azul finds a knock. Jaguares the second, and though the res was good, Moist do not survive the aftermath.
Meanwhile, Legacy finally in that bloodbath of a Battle against Luminosity. This is where things get a little interesting. Jaguares himself has to clutch this up.
Nice!
Can he take down Luminosity? No, Sweet and Fuhhnq will be able to clean it up. Immediately stick the res onto Slayr, because there is a rotation that still needs to be had for them.
TSM versus LG once more. Last time it was DZ. And this time, TSM want to take that win with a numbers advantage, no less. Verhulst covers from the top with a flat line, no less. Wall's still available, but they don't use it to cut off the fight because they know it's a fight they can win. TSM keep pushing forward.
Verhulst trying to make a pathway in, and Fuhhnq goes down, and now TSM able to right the wrongs of the first two maps of Storm Point and get back to the top of the win. somewhat stabilize behind that dark veil and get their shields back up as we have to keep rotating. The ring is at their back, and his Watson able to get that moving. Disguised eliminated, and we power forward. Skirt not able to hit their rotation as well, and FURIA turns the tides, starts destroying so many other teams. It's gonna be DropInGaming and Flat. Moist as well trying to find their way in. The great migration is upon us. Still trying to get into zone and being forced into essentially evolution, but meet with the Sentinel. Tech, the landlord, breaking apart the squad, and Yanya able to stay alive, but that zone is ticking away at the white health, and you don't have much cover to work with here.
This is smart. In the end, they're going to expend that grab lift on the exterior of the door. That's going to really punish TSM, but they've got great responses with a dark veil of their own to give them minimal, but effective cover there. Barely the angles are found to send reps home, but Verholst and Hal just able to stay a little bit alive.
Reps has fallen. That Arc Star, it connects thanks to A1s. But for Moist, the high ground, it can be a curse, it can be a blessing. And Skynades, well, they're coming through. So we need to look towards MT on the conduit. The Radiant transfer comes through, and now they just start slaughtering. Evan just gets annihilated from the grav lift. TSM out, Meat Lovers out, and Moist, they want a win, and they get it. We were talking about the transition from APAC South over to North America, bringing in Guild. We heard from Waltzy at the top of the show, and this has got to feel good.
For them, Chaotic can and will drop down, does so, and gets shot in the back immediately, commits to the fight, gets a shield swap, and GKS still managed to lose a member with Naughty going down.
Goodbye, Disguise, but the fight's not over. We swing, we look forward. Sentinels is in the midst, and honestly, with a little bit of help from Luminosity, they are able to stave off that. But Xset is the team that's effectively north of LG, and that's going to be a fight about to break out.
LG are getting pushed by Xset, even with this wingman out putting so much damage. Xset go for it, and Xset get melted. Koifel and Fuhhnq drop immediately, and it's just the trade on Slayr, with Fuhhnq still being able to lay out support with Sweet at his backside. A smoke should cover the recovery of LG, and they'll be right back into this with 7 squads left, and Xset about to leave us. But with Sweet swinging all of DropInGaming, he is doing that on his own. The backup from Fuhhnq just now coming in. Sweet gets behind the wall, and we are playing on a knife's edge with Crook having gone down. DropInGaming is weak. They commit to the fight with LG. Sweet swings out again and again, dips back in just before the shield crack finishes. No swap available for him. It's LG versus N9ne Lies for the end.
Oh, this is textbook perfect. The wingman coming through, just the damage, crazy, but Sweet will fall, and Fuhhnq and Slayr, well, you've got to clutch up in the end game. Slayr looking for any remnants of a shield swap that are not available. Well, you go for a thirst, and we are able to get one. The Radiant transfer comes through, and Luminosity, they are your winners.
Make sure they're full HP and push in to punish this res. No ordinances come through afterwards, however, and it means they've all got to swing the door now onto a full 3-person team. In they come through the wall. Nazul blinded, but still laying out shots onto the top. Hits the Radiant transfer, keeps his team in the fight. It's him and Yanya against the world in a 1v1. N9ne Lies do go down in Overlook. FURIA, with the defensive position on the low ground, have managed to take out Native, albeit with Madness going down. A reset is incoming while Keon steps up to defend.
This is such a tough position to play from, especially early on. Now, granted, the train tracks just kind of northeast of them you can win from, but Keon able to get that hip fire going on the Volt, and the 30-30 trying to find some damage goes down to about 10 HP. Sentinels have fallen, DNO have fallen, and it's going to be GKS that plays from that northern position.
Xset come in for the third party. Koifel still up, but Nocturnal has fallen. Can they get him back into the game? Can they continue to output pressure? But no, they get pushed from behind. This is going to be the end of it for Xset. They can no longer continue to play out the rest of the game. Koifel falls in the air. Xset are gone, and it's Evolution to take them out. Been a res actually. Now as I'm looking down, a duo and an attempted respawn beacon in for Evolution. If they can get a third back into this game, it changes everything and puts so much pressure on Disguised.
Moist on the low ground. It looks like they might be out of resources. Oh, nope, just kidding. It comes through. Voodoo, you're coming back in that end game.
Back into the lobby. Evolution start pushing up. No space left to play in this ring. Moist don't want to push this, but they may have to. The first knock comes in, and it's Disguised, who are still maintaining high ground. Will Moist get greedy? Will they play for a second? Who wants the win, and who wants the kills? Disguised swinging onto Moist, want the kills. Designful goes down to finish one, then turns immediately onto Moist, swinging through the wall and eviscerating them. Another catwall comes in, and with a Horizon Gravity lift up, Designful gets to assess the situation. Neither team is finished, but DSG are committing to Moist.
He yeets across the catwall, and they are taking down Moist as we throw down, but it's going to allow Evolution to lie in wait. Yes, they lost out on Voodoo again, but we're still barricading forward.
No ult left for Urice. Instead, the turn on to Evolution means that Yaz will fall. Disguise now have to take on Moist, who they neglected to finish. Enemy goes low, but does not go down. Timmy pops on up with the gold R99 and shoos through Moist once again. Disguise take the win in game number 6.
We were curious to see what the performances would look like from Disguised's first showing here in Split 1 of Year 4.